morning, folks. It's 5:08 in the morning on day 79. It's 48 degrees inside the tent. I'm at the Jim and Molly Denton shelter, and I'm gonna wake up. Okay, good morning, folks. 6:40 in the morning, and 46.3 degrees. Excuse me. Just getting out of Jim and Molly Denton shelter, out of the surrounding grounds, I suppose, as I pitched up and didn't stay in the shelter. So it was myself, and then two relatively fresh thru-hikers who are flip-flopping northbound right now out of, I think they said, Waynesboro area. So that was cool. And then got in the tent pretty early. They kind of like stayed in their tent. They weren't milling about the shelter, or didn't eat around me anyways. I don't know. I guess they must have cooked dinner or something in their shelter. I don't know. I didn't really see them much. But yeah, after dinner, you saw that hail last night. That was pretty attention-getting. But luckily, I mean, it sort of just felt like a front, like a big aggressive front that kind of blasted through with a ton of rain and some hail and decent wind. Nothing completely crazy, but pretty decent wind. And then it kind of, petered out, and it was a pretty quiet night weather-wise. Probably got down into like the mid, maybe high 30s last night outside the tent. Speaking of sleeping, I guess my Neo Air Uberlight, the new sleeping pad I have, I don't know if it's got like some tiny little leak in it somewhere. Luckily it's not like super terminal for the time being. I can make it work. I slept with it fine. I didn't really have to inflate it through the night, but I did notice this morning it was quite a bit lower than it was when I went to bed. So that should be fine, and I'll try and deal with that when I get to my next town stop. Try and find the leak and patch it up or whatever. But yeah, and then the 20-degree sleeping bag did pretty well. I kind of slept with it all the way unzipped, just the foot box zipped up, so maybe the bottom foot or two, maybe bottom 2 feet zipped up, so that I kind of had a cozy little pocket for my feet. And then the rest of it was just kind of open and laid out over top of me like a blanket. So that was pretty good. But yeah, I was thankful that the weather cut off last night. Oh, I didn't mention, so we had those 2 thru-hikers, and then we also had I don't know what, some big old group of like 6 or 8 weekender types who came rolling in at some point after the hail and rain kind of relented. So I don't know if they were like hiking through that or what they did during that weather, but pretty intense weather for a weekender trip. So good on them. And I'm definitely the first one up and out of camp this morning, so that's pretty good. Not really sure what today's going to be. I think in about 23 or 24 miles from where I camped last night, there was a mile marker 1,000, which is pretty cool. Maybe we'll try and make it there. Maybe we'll kind of see how it goes. I think the weather's kind of going to be, like I said yesterday, more of the same for the next several days. Threats of thunderstorms and stuff like that, so whatever, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, anyways, it's getting kind of muddy and treacherous here, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut off, put my trekking poles to use, and get hiking. So I'll talk to you all later. Alright folks, 8:11 and I just crossed 66 and ran into Karen. Karen was nice enough to donate a morning beer here, so that was great. Some extra calories in the morning. She's got a very sweet dog too. So you're gonna go do some Shenandoah hiking?
We are.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. Well, yeah, so trying to keep the pup happy on trail, I guess. Cute bugger. Hey folks, how's it going? It is 11:25 a.m. and just about, I don't know, my watch says 68 degrees, but I think my watch was touching me and in the sun, so might be a little cooler than 68 degrees. I'm about 10 or 11 miles into my day so far, so that means I've been moving a little bit slowly, but you know, I ran into Karen this morning with that morning beer, and so kind of stopped and chatted with her for 20 minutes or so, and then you know, it's been kind of easy going. Plenty of birders out on the trail today. It's a beautiful Saturday. And so I've seen about 20 or 30 people, kind of a couple big groups out looking at birds and stuff. So that's pretty good. So far, day's going pretty good. Again, I'm moving kind of slow today. Not quite sure what's up with that, but feeling good. Just, and as far as the pace, I think I'm going just a little bit slower than average, so whatever, it is what it is. Still not sure exactly how far I want to go today, but I just kind of stopped at the spring to get some water and sit down for a couple minutes. I know a lot of people have been asking me about what I'm eating on the trail, so I thought I'd take a minute and show you the wrappers of two of the snacks I've had already. So this was the Met RX, which is a pretty good like protein bar, so 32 grams of protein, that's a decent amount. And then I think it's like 410 calories, so that's pretty good. I had one of those a little earlier, and then I also had one of my favorites is the Quest protein bars. That's 20 grams of protein. This isn't my favorite flavor. I think my favorite flavor is still that cookie dough one, and this one's 210 calories. So I guess all up, what's that, 620 calories or so. And then I think just before I break out of here, I'll go ahead and have one more snack, which will be another protein bar. Be one of these pure protein guys. So another 200 calories, 19 grams of protein. So that's 820 calories I'll be having here before noon. Not counting breakfast. Breakfast was the usual 6 prunes. Cup of coffee. I did have a breakfast essentials in with the coffee, so I think that's like 140 calories. I also had 2 Pop-Tarts, which I think are 390 for the two of them. And then what else? Oh, some of those little Fig Newton type bars, like Nature's Bakery fig bars, which I really enjoy. And those are like 210 calories for the two of them, so, or maybe just 200 calories, something like that. I don't know. You could add that all up and figure out what I'm up to for the day. But anyways, I'll have this third protein bar for the day, and then keep moving. Also, generally around this time of day, I mixed up my water. Already filtered up my water from the spring, but the reason why it is this rather off-putting green color is because I added in half a pouch of liquid IV. There's like a lemon and ginger energy liquid IV powder supplement thing. So I know those liquid IVs tend to be a little bit more expensive than some of the other hydration things that folks use. But to kind of mitigate that, I usually only use half of a pouch of them per liter of water, which makes them half as expensive. So yeah, that's pretty good. Anyways, we'll go ahead and mash this bar and then pick up my pack and keep on moseying down trail. So yeah, pretty good. I'll check in with y'all later. Guys, it's 4:10 p.m. and 58 degrees. Oh man, that is freaking awesome. I've hiked this piece of trail. This is my fourth time, at least in the past year. I don't even know if I ever noticed that 1000 painted on the tree, but you better believe I was looking for it today, and I am not disappointed. Oh, that's just rolling the odometer right there, and that is an emotional as heck thing to see. So yeah, still got a few miles to go before I stop today, but man, that's just an incredible feeling. Yeah, that's just a really cool thing to see. 1,000 miles. That's officially not nothing. That is officially not nothing. I'm gonna cut off the video, but I'm probably just gonna sit here for a minute and kind of get a little emotional. So I'll check back with y'all a little bit. I'll see you later. Hey folks, it's 5:31, 55 degrees, and I'm just got on the spur for the Sam Muir shelter, which is my destination for the night. So I'm not really sure exactly how far that is. I'll probably have to come back one more time to chat about that. But man, what an amazing day. Crossing 1,000 is really cool. And if I was uncertain before, I now know with a high degree of certainty that if and when I'm lucky enough to make it to Katahdin, I am going to be bawling like a baby. I'll spare you the details of how I know that, but suffice it to say, 1,000 miles is a really cool milestone. And probably another week or so before we get to the halfway point, and that's just fine. Oh, I have been to this shelter. I didn't realize I had stopped here before. If I remember right, yep, it looks like there's tenting back beyond the shelter. So it looks like I might be the first one here. I don't know, that'd be pretty weird. I found someone's phone on the trail, so I told everyone who's heading off to the trail south that if they saw anyone frantically looking for a phone, that they could walk another 2.5 miles or whatever and find me here at the Sam Muir shelter. So here is where I am. Here's where the phone will be. And if no one finds me tonight, I'll probably try and drop it at the Bear's Den hostel, which is 3 miles further. Probably try and drop it there tomorrow morning if there's anyone there. This looks like it'll work just fine. I'll go ahead and get the tent pitched up. Check in with you all in a little bit. See ya. right, folks. It is 6:50. That's 10 till 7 in the evening. Just finished up dinner. Brushed my teeth. Pitched up my bear bag on the bear pole. And I'm getting ready to go to sleep. I haven't heard anything from the person who lost their phone. I haven't seen anyone. I haven't even seen any other hikers. And I was thinking about that. I guess it probably makes sense. There's Bear's Den Hostel is 3 miles beyond here. And they have like showers and laundry and all that. So there's even a brewery like less than a mile from there that I think people really enjoy. So probably, honestly, this is probably one of those less popular shelters on account of that hostel being not too far away. Today was a great day. I mean, passing 1,000 is absolutely amazing. I will say that part of the reason why I wanted to go back and plug the hole in Petersburg, the Peters Mountain closure, I mean, obviously I wanted to plug the hole anyways. I don't like the idea of leaving gaps, but an official closure is an official closure. So there's nothing I could do at the time, but I wanted to go back and plug that before I hit mile 1,000, because I mean, I know that there's plenty of people who are well beyond me and well beyond the 1,000 mark. But I have to think I'm probably one of the first few people to hit 1,000 miles on the AT at the 1,000-mile mark, if that makes sense. Again, I mean, anyone who's 15 miles ahead of me, which there are plenty, would have passed 1,000 miles, but with that hole or that closure or whatever, that 15-mile closure in Petersburg. So really excited that I was able to take care of that earlier this week. And in this way, when I got to the 1,000-mile mark, boy, it was just like, it was just legit. I mean, super legit. Yeah, I mean, today was a good day. In other terms as well, I mean, it was 25.4 miles, 6,000 feet up and about 6,000 feet down or something like that. I put myself in a position to get to Harper's Ferry hopefully tomorrow. Is only 23 miles from here, and a little less elevation in both senses, climb and descent. So, you know, I'll kind of have to see how that goes tomorrow. But hopefully that would be the plan. Yeah. That phone, person whose phone it is got a couple text messages, and I mean, I never even keep my phone ringer on, and I'm darn sure not going to listen to someone else's ringer like ting ting all night long. So their phone is up in my bear bag, and I'm hoping that the whatever it is 50 feet from the bear pole to my tent will be sufficient to make that noise less invasive, perhaps, or whatever. Anyways, great day today. Great day. Hitting 1,000 is huge. It's so cool. It's so cool to think about walking 1,000 miles. I should say, it's so cool to think about having walked 1,000 miles. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and climb into the tent, start processing a video, and I'll check in with you all tomorrow. So, good night.